Hiya guys, in this video I'll be having a look at the Imperial Clipper. The Imperial Clipper is around about 22 million. It's not exactly a cheap ship. I would say it is generally a good all-round ship. Let's have a look. I think for the Imperial Clipper you're going to need an Imperial rank to buy it. So that could also make it a bit more trickier to buy. Cockpit wise, it doesn't look like we've got anything much in the way whatsoever. We've got a nice clear cockpit. Don't think there's any seats here. We've got one seat here. So potentially you could possibly have another power there. So let's have a look at the outfitting. So we get two large hard points. These are on the wings, I think. Let's just fit something cheap on there for now. What's something cheap? I do. And then we think we have two mediums on the underside. So in total we have 4 guns, and then we have 4 utility mounts, so for our kill warrant scanner, our shield boosters, etc. Power plant, we've got a class 6 slot, so plenty of power. Easily get 20 something plus, so I can't see having much problems with power on this ship. The frame shift drive is a little bit of a weakness of it. Fully loaded it can not be that great. Like I said, this is class 5 and that's only getting 15.5. Obviously the A class would be higher, but laden it's going to be not particularly that great. The fuel tank is a little bit strange on this ship. It's a little bit smaller than it should be. I guess you could remedy this by having a fuel tank on board in one of the internal compartments, but that could potentially limit its long range capability. As for internal compartments, we've got a class 7 slot, a class 6, 2 class 4 slots, 2 class 3 and 2 class 2. So we've got plenty of slots there to pick and fill. This can give the ship I think up to 288 cargo space, which is more than the Type 7, costing only about 5 more million, which may sound a lot, but for the extra you get a much better ship. This ship is obviously a lot more manoeuvrable than the other Type 7. So let's just assign these guns. Let's have a look at the external of this ship. Again, being an Imperial ship, it's going to be a nice white colour. And for me, it's probably one of the better looking ships in the game. The cockpit is at the front, as you can see, and the engines on the side. The only kind of bad point to note of this ship is of its size, which makes it L class or large, so it can't dock on outposts. I guess this is because of the engine sticking out on the left and right hand side, but other than that it's not too bad. So let's have a look at the speed in that. So you're going to have to be careful of the 2 engines on the side,
Landing gear retracted.
because they do stick out a bit.
Avoid unnecessary destruction. The access code.
So speed wise we get, let's see it going up, still going up, that's not bad. We're getting around 300 with a boost of 380ish. So it's a pretty speedy ship. Alright, so if I try and show you the hard points, as you can see on the screen, you can see they're quite far apart, which can also be a little bit of a disadvantage in some situations. I think gimbaled weapons kind of struggle to get right into the centre. That's because they're right on the far apart from each other on the wings. So, like I said, the first... Let's have a look on this side actually. So our first set of hard points are right over on the wings, or the nacelles, or whatever you want to call them, right on the top here. So that's why it's so far apart. Then our second set, I think there are large hard points. She's not going down there. I think it's because of the size of the ship. I'm having troubles actually getting around it. Alright. And I think that's where the second set are, just under the wings. Yeah, just under the wings. So, like I said, it can make the guns quite far apart. But other than that, it's a good all-round ship for 22 million. You need the Imperial rank to buy it, which is could make it a bit more complicated. But I would suggest working towards this then, rather than a Type 7. Like I said, because of its trade, because of the fighting aspect. Like I said, it's pretty reasonable on trading. Although it's probably its biggest weakness is probably exploration. Anyway guys, that is the Imperial Clipper. Thanks for watching.